it's me, Peppermint, and I am here giving you the only Drag Race review. Before we jump in and get started, please do not forget to like, subscribe, tap the bell, tap my ass for updates from the Only Productions and more content like this. And I'm here with my trusty sidekick and friend and confidant and partner in crime, Rafe, who's behind the camera. Wave your hand in front of the camera.
Hello. Hi. Don't mind the calluses.
He does a lot with his hands. Okay. Anyway, so here we are, episode 1 of season 12, and I am so excited. We've been waiting for this season to start. We've been talking about it. We've been hypothesizing and typifying, figuring out who's going to be on the show, and now we finally get to see the show begin. It's got this red, white, and blue theme. I'm all in. It's very political. I'm good to go. And a bonus, this is also Rafe's first time seeing any Drag Race episode, right?
That's right.
And so we're popping your Drag Race cherry. The most important moment of any Drag Race premiere are the entrances. And I'm not gonna I'll spare you the details, talk about everybody's, what they said, their slogans are gonna be in their t-shirts. You'll find that out at DragCon. And I'm not gonna let you know what they said on what they did on their fashions. I'm gonna let you know my favorites, basically the highs and the lows. And so my favorite, I guess you need to know who the girls are, right? And so here's the girls. In order are Britta Filter from New York City. Then we had Nikki, also from New York City, Nikki Doll. Widow Von, I don't remember, I'm just gonna say their first names. Britta, Nikki, Widow, Jackie, Heidi, Gigi, and Crystal Method. Crystal Method. Right off the bat, my favorite girl is Gigi because her look is just spectacular. It's Pirates of the Caribbean meets RuPaul's Drag Race, quite literally, and it's excellent. My least favorite look is Heidi, who's wearing a nice suit. It's pink and sort of is leopard stripe. Yeah. She calls it her leprosy suit. I don't even know if she knows that is a straight up disease. But one of the things that Trend Alert is everyone's got a little hat or a fascinator on, which is pretty cool. I guess I don't know if they got together and had a little powwow beforehand or what, but it's cute. So the entrances look pretty good. Everybody's pretty much on par. They came out, honestly, the fashions were pretty strong. The looks were pretty strong coming into the entrance. But we got 7 girls in, and then immediately Ru-mail on the screen. RuPaul's on the screen talking. And it's like, what? You can tell the girls are confused. Everybody's confused. I think the audience is confused. So Ru basically welcomes the girls to the RuPaul's Drag Race 2020. She says, now this is the year of life-changing choices, and now more than ever do we need your charisma and uniqueness, nerve, and talent to find America's next drag superstar. Then, of course, Ru makes her entrance, and she immediately goes into the mini challenge. The mini challenge is a big one. It's basically like, for season 9, it would have been a main challenge, a maxi challenge. So the mini challenge is spring and fall fashion show. Yeah, that's what it is. And so they have to do 2 looks, and they have to do them well. And so right off the bat, the girls are looking kind of gorgeous. I think the spring fashions, there's some strong stuff there. My favorite of the spring was definitely Gigi. She was in a sort of a biker moto jacket with a helmet. Another Trend Alert from Gigi. She looked very expensive. And I'm not really a fashion person, but I watch Project Runway, and the buzzword is expensive. And so if it looks expensive, then that's always used as a compliment. And so it looked expensive. My least favorite look of the spring fashions, and I'm going to say, by the way, it's kind of hard because I'm not really a fashion girl, so we're going to break this up into 2 things. Who was the most fashionable and who was my favorite, basically. And so the most fashionable look was definitely Gigi in her moto jacket. I'd say the least fashionable look was Heidi. It was very kind of reminiscent of mahogany with this like shawl, sort of chiffon with a really, really, really tall headpiece or hat. And so I think the thing that I was like nervous about is how does that on her head? Is it attached? Is it just about? Is she? I thought she was holding it on with the fabric, like
The tension.
keep the tension. Didn't you think so?
Yeah.
And so she was walking. It was kind of wobbling a little bit. And then I was thinking, is it gonna wobble? I hope that doesn't move. I hope that doesn't fall. And guess what? It fell. And so then it became my least favorite. So that was the least fashionable look to me. It might have been a different story if the hat had actually stayed on Heidi's head, but it didn't. And so my favorite look of the spring fashions was definitely Brita Filter. It was on brand, it was waterfalls, it was everything having to do with water. And I was quite verklempt. And so yeah, I think she did a great job. So now on to the fall fashions. And so the fall, I think definitely was way better, wouldn't you say?
Overall, yeah.
Yeah, totally overall, way better. Who did you like from the fall?
I love Nikki, actually.
Yeah, Nikki was bomb. For me, the fall fashions, the most fashionable fall looks was a tie between Nikki and Gigi. Nikki in a sort of black and white power suit, monocle. It was sexy, really sexy. And so was Gigi's. Gigi was in a sort of jockey, like a sexy jockey, racing jockey with a riding crop and a hat and her nipples out. I don't know why I'm touching my nipples. And her nipples out. Looked great. And so that was kind of a tie. Those are the most fashionable. I'd say the least fashionable the fall. Who was your least fashionable for fall? Do we have a least fashionable? Oh yeah, yeah.
But, I wouldn't have nailed it. I just couldn't.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'd say just by definition alone, the least fashionable. When I think fashion, I think of a new look that we haven't really seen that also reminds us of something. It's referenced, but it's not so literal, and it could be, and you could see it on the fashion runways. So the least fashionable for me, for the fall fashions was Crystal Method. But she was also my favorite look. She came out in a Freddy Krueger fall sweater, which Freddy Krueger always wears a red and green sweater, complete with the glove, the hat, like burns, but not burns, like bandages as hair and to look bald. It was just like, it was so creative, and it was my favorite look.
It looked like it was torn to shreds and then held together with safety pins.
Yeah, it was, and she made it, and it was beautiful. And anybody that knows me knows I'm a horror junkie, and so I was like, wanted to have sex with her because she made that look. Another honorable mention is Brita Filter, who again came out. I mean, she looked amazing. She looked, again, keyword, expensive, and she stayed on brand. She had another water theme. She had oil slick gloves. She kind of looked like Ursula the sea witch.
Yeah.
From Little Mermaid. She looked great. And this is the costume that I wanted to see Queen Latifah in when they did that Little Mermaid live. This was it. Yeah, she looked fantastic. Yeah, so that was my honorable mention. So on to the main challenge. We don't get to know a winner for the mini challenge, which is kind of weird. They never even mention it. But Ru comes out and tells us about the main challenge. And the main challenge is to write and choreograph a debut performance of the song I'm That Bitch, which is a rap song, in front of the fierce and fabulous judge, Nicki Minaj. And it's a group number. When I say group number, it's not like a small group. It's the entire cast. Yeah. And so, that's going to be a lot of egos. But anyway, like I said, Nicki Minaj is the guest judge. First judge on the season, and they are coming out swinging. And we already know who the judges are because they've announced it. They did a great job. I'm quite jealous of who your judges are. I mean, we got Lady Gaga, so I'll take a few of your judges for Lady Gaga. You know, that's not... Anyway, I don't want to get into no shade. Anyway, Nicki Minaj is the guest judge. Obviously the perfect guest judge for this challenge because she gets to judge them rapping. And they do a fantastic job. These queens in this episode are pulling together so far 4 looks. Now we're going to put a new look for their, performance. And so they've so far done 4 looks. And they have to write and, like I said, choreograph, record. They're going to record this. They're putting a lot of work on these girls. This must be a 3 or 4 day challenge. I mean, to shoot it. Yeah. Anyway, because there's no way they did this in one day. Anyway, the girls did a great job. Some more than others. And so I'd have to say my favorite performance, words and performance together, lyrics and songwriting and performance together, was definitely Widow, for sure. She was talking about being so hungry and writing and being so hungry and eating French fries and turning looks at the same time. Like it was like so clever. And she also talked about her thighs. Nicki Minaj loved her, talking about her thighs. Nicki Minaj also loved Gigi. And she also kind of defended Britta. And so those are the 3 that like Nicki really seemed to kind of resonate with. You know what I mean? But Widow, these names. Can we talk about the names? Can we please talk about the names? Widow. She deserved it. I think she deserved it. And so that was my favorite. My least favorite performance of the girls in the rap challenge was probably Nicki. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nicki. She had some good lyrics and everything, but she didn't really have that je ne sais quoi.
Exactly.
You like how I did that? Because she's French. Okay. Just making sure you got that. And so, yeah, she looked great. And, her lyrics were okay. To be honest with you, I don't understand what she said. I couldn't tell. There was a moment there I couldn't tell if she was actually speaking French or English. But that could just be me. So that on top of the fact that she was kind of low energy, like I am right now, it just wasn't my favorite.
It might have been a confidence thing.
It might have been a confidence thing. She said that. She did say that she was feeling nervous in front of the judges. It was her first time and all that jazz. And now it's on to the runway. And so the theme of the runway today is...
Sparkles.
And the girls had some glittery looks. I really liked them. Yeah. Some more than others for sure. The most favorite for me was definitely Jackie Cox. She had this Valley of the Dolls retro look. She had kind of cape or shawl, and it was crystaled so well. Jackie, you looked so beautiful. I was so impressed. That's it. It was my favorite look. My least favorite look was Heidi. Now, in all fairness, Heidi did say that she had an allergy attack and had to go to the hospital the night before. I can't imagine what that'd be like because, we only get like a few hours sleep when we're filming the show, right? Yeah. But it just didn't, I don't think that would have made up for it. The wig, the headband, it didn't come together. The makeup wasn't really on point like Nicki Minaj said. She got called out by Nicki Minaj for her wig and her makeup. Ooh. It was unfortunate. Anyway, the judges give their critiques, and it kind of goes in the same way. It seems like they're kind of leaning towards Heidi not being a favorite and towards either Gigi or the Widow being the favorites. And that's kind of how it plays out. But they don't name a loser because the other half of the season, they're basically pulling a season 6. And so we don't get to see the other half of the queens until the second episode, which means they're not going to send anybody home because the competition hasn't really started. So they give their critiques and everyone is safe except for the final 2. And so now they have to lip sync for their life. And the final two are Gigi and Widow. And so the song is Starships by Nicki Minaj, of course, which, by the way, I am in Wisconsin, and I did perform Starships at Fireball tonight. Shout out to Nina West tomorrow. And it was great. I had a good time. Loved it. Thanks so much, Wisconsin. Anyway, so Nicki Minaj, Starships. The girls did a good job. Two very different approaches. Widow was more kind of in your face, balls to the wall, no pun intended. She really was turning out all the flips and leaps and everything. It was very Cirque du Soleil. Meanwhile, Gigi was more, kind of really played to the comedy of it. And she explained that. She said, if I can't turn it with a look, I'm going to turn it with a comedy. And she did. Those judges were laughing at everything she did. She laid on the floor. She laid flat on the floor. Ru gets the girls up and she says, Widow, congratulations, you are the winner. So Widow's the winner, and she gets $5,000 from Bubbly. By the way, did you catch that Bubbly commercial from me, Monet, and Aquaria? Yeah, she did a great job, and she deserved that. Now is a section of the show that I like to call What You Should Have Done. And normally this is where I would give advice to maybe the queen that's going home. But since there wasn't a queen to go home, then I'm going to give my advice to who would have been on the bottom and also to the winner. And so to the winner, the Widow, I would say you don't need to go balls to the wall in episode 1. I can understand it. You're nervous. You don't have your footing. There's a lot of reasons why you would just kind of throw everything but the kitchen sink at the judges. But it wasn't necessary from you. You're so talented and your personality is so strong. But we didn't get to see as much of your personality in the lip sync. I think the person who showed the most personality in the lip sync was definitely Gigi because we were laughing, right? She was doing, what is she?
She was interpreting all the lyrics.
She was interpreting every single lyric. And then that took us on a bit of a journey.
Totally.
Whereas Widow was basically what she did. Cartwheels, splits, leaps, jump splits. She did 2 jump splits. She did double jointed shoulders. And then she did a double jointed knee. She did it all. It was pretty much, look, my reason for saying what you should have done is this. You should have done less. That's my thought. You could have done less. And you still might have won. You probably would have won. I think you run the risk of those moves, those epic moves, those really talented performances not being as effective the next time around. Because when you're in trouble and you go to pull out the trusty arm double jointed dislocation shoulder or knee bend, they're gonna be like, oh, what's wrong with her knee? So that's what I think you should have done. You could have saved a few moves, and believe me, I can't do any of that stuff, but I did save those moves. I had a bunch of stuff that I knew I was going to do in terms of when I had to lip sync. Am I going to take off my wig? Am I going to do some kind of a change? Am I going to do some dance moves or things like that? And every single time I would practice in my room, and then I would build them up and be like, okay, this time if I lip sync, I'm going to throw this card out. I'm going to save these cards. And then the next time I'll pull this out. And so I had to do that a few times. If I'd done everything all at once, it would have not been as effective. Anyway, so to the queen who was kind of on the bottom, what you should have done is Heidi. I think the two biggest pieces of criticism that Heidi got was makeup and hair. And so I think what you should have done, Heidi, is just reuse the hair that you used in the fall fashion show. It was gorgeous. And I would have just put it on and turned it to the side. Put it on, turn it to the side. And then they wouldn't have said anything. They would have liked it way better than that wig that you did wear. And so that's what I think you should have done. I definitely think Widow should have won the challenge. Gigi obviously was the next in line, but Gigi's performance in the rap song wasn't as kind of impactful. to me. And so I think the right winner won. Yeah. Definitely a funny moment. The most memeable moment for sure. The winner is Heidi. Heidi, she had this moment. We were cracking up for 2 hours, where she walks out of the runway and just has this like scared look on her face, and it was priceless, and it was adorable and endearing. But it was hysterical and definitely the most memeable moment from the show. So yeah, that's who that gets that prize. Heidi, you win that prize.
What about based on this first episode? Who do you think is in line to win?
Okay, so based on this first episode, which is only the first episode and not the whole cast, but they did show 5 looks. We gotta mention, they did 5 looks. They did an entrance look, a fall look, a spring look, a competition rap performance look, and a runway look. 5 looks. That's a lot of looks in one episode. Based on all the looks and all the performances and all the little catchphrases, I think the most consistent queens are Gigi and Britta, for sure. They're the most consistent with the looks and with everything. And so those are the ones that I think we should watch. That's who I'm watching. But we haven't even seen the rest of the girls. Now, this was my take on things, and everybody knows as the true Miss Congeniality of season 9, that might not have been speaking your language. So for all of y'all that speak shade, I'm going to toss it over to Miss Tina Burner. For y'all shady asses, you can say that. For y'all shady asses, Tina Burner is going to translate into shade. For those of you who speak shade. Tina, take it away.
Thanks, Pep. Way to give them all those fake pageant answers. Hi, this is Tina Burner, and this is the shady side of things.
Crystal Meth is a hot time.
Right? Let's talk about that.
So hot.
Let's talk about yeah. Crystal Meth did her body good. I'm just saying, she looks good, honey. I am Tina Burner, and you are watching The Only Review. Our review on all things RuPaul Drag Race Season 12. Are there any entrance looks that I liked? Let's see, we got Widow Von Du. Yes.
Well, what do you like about it?
I mean, I like that it's black.
What do you think about her hair?
I mean, is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Widow Von Du. You know? It was very like, yeah. Like, what is that movie, The Birds? You know what I mean?
Hitchcock's the bird.
Yeah, Hitchcock's the bird. She's serving me some bird vibes. Not bird flu, but bird vibes, you know? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take it back a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a little bit. So Widow Von Du, right? She came all in black. Maybe she's a widow. Maybe she's giving me something. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I like branding. So if she's all in black and she's serving it, we're at a funeral. Hopefully not hers. Hopefully she doesn't lip sync for her life. But she didn't, so she's a winner, baby. Didn't she?
She did.
Yeah.
Nikki.
So you won! You didn't die! You didn't go to a funeral, Henny.
Jackie Cox.
Jackie Cox, see, I love the nod she said to Annette Funicello and her Persian heritage. That's what I'm saying. She's branding. Do you know what I mean?
But do you like this outfit?
Do I like this outfit? It's very Mickey Mouse. It's very youthful, which is very brave for Jackie because I don't think she's that young. It looks like a child's outfit.
Nikki Doll.
Nikki Doll's stunning. I can't come for her. You know what I mean? She's kind of like Miss Fame with a personality.
This is great.
I mean, it's true though. Am I wrong? Yeah.
Britta Filter came in with a martini glass and a Muppet.
I know I'm missing the joke here. I know I'm missing the joke with Britta's outfit. I mean, it's Britta oh, she's not Britta Filter, sorry. It's just Britta. I love the outfit with the Muppet. But the Muppets take Manhattan every day. She works here, so maybe it was a nod to that.
Do you think
the city by storm? What is that?
You think this is a reference to something?
No, I just don't know what it is. What do you think?
I think that.
No, I'm just saying, like.
I think it's a rat because she lives in New York City.
Is it a rat?
And I think it's a martini glass because she has a drinking.
Oh wait, is it a thing? You know what was most offensive about Britta's outfit is that the martini glass was empty.
Well, she drank it all.
Now, if I was Britta, I would have taken the Muppet she brought with her and used it as a pouch filled with alcohol so that whenever I was thirsty, as other contestants are coming in, I was able to offer them a drink. Because my mother always taught me, if you didn't bring enough for everyone, why the fuck did you bring it at all?
Crystal method. So first, just describe what you're looking at.
Describe what I'm looking at with Crystal Method.
Yeah.
It looks like, now first, I love the outfit, but Crystal Method, the outfit looks like the Joker, a leprechaun, and Bozo the Clown had a threesome, and that's what was left over.
What about the makeup?
It's like Yuha Hamasaki gave her a tutorial, and they hang out a lot. Whose lips are those though? Yeah, I thought it was a side mustache.
Yeah.
Didn't at first think it wasn't the darkness of the lips, it looked like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, who's that? I don't know, it looked like a mustache, she's in green, she looks like a clown on acid, you know what I mean? Which I think is great for Crystal Method, that's her name, sis.
Gigi good.
Gigi good. Listen, it's Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, I don't, like, it looks, okay, so I don't want to offend anybody, because I know a lot of pirates watch the show. If you watch at the end, it's R-rated, but I think she looks, okay, you ever watch Miss Congeniality 2? It looks like one of the pirate dancers that jumped off the ship at Treasure Island. That's like, it's great. I like it. I'm not saying I don't like it, but what? Your name's Gigi. Why are you a pirate? Because for me, that treasure is stuff. Okay.
Heidi in closet.
I'm looking at a pink zebra bird. I don't know what's on her. Is it a bird on her head? I think she was smart because she had all the black lines on her outfit to match the gap in her tube. I think that's what we were going for. I think. Don't you think? So listen, here's the thing. Let me start. Y'all don't have to agree with me. You know what I'm saying? This is open for interpretation in me. But we are watching a spring to fall fashion show. So first looks, we have Britta's spring look. How is it spring? I mean, am I missing something? I guess it's water, do you know what I mean? But it's an evening gown.
The color, maybe?
Yeah, the color, I guess, is a little spring. There was some green and a little bit of like the water. I get what she was going for. It's a beautiful constructed gown. I just wish maybe it was shorter, something a little more youthful. I feel like spring should be youthful. That's just listen, I'm old, so it's okay. I feel like I think she was trying to go for like a package, you know, and try to do the same thing kind of for fall, but like, I'm getting Ursula the Rich in a fashion show is what I'm getting. And I guess that's where I'm moving at. You know, that's not a bad thing. It's fierce as fuck.
No one's saying it's bad. No one's fighting you.
No one's fighting. Stop fighting me.
Nikki doll.
Oh my God. I will say, okay, so like Nikki's spring look, flowers, of course, spring. It's gorgeous. She's sexy. What?
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Florals in spring. Groundbreaking. But it is spring to me, so I was into it. But I will say, now that fall look, honey, that fall look, that Mr. Monopoly, honey.
Tell me about Widow Spring.
Spring. I mean, okay, Missy Elliott scuba suit. The colors are very vibrant. I love the outfit in general. I love how she took it down and was like shorter and she was like sexy. And that's the thing, she was giving body positivity and she was just like, girl, I'm gonna wear what I wanna wear. And she looks sexy doing it. I don't know if it's spring to me. Who gonna wear neoprene in spring? That's all I'm saying. You going scuba diving, jump in, girl. Let's get soaking wet.
How about her fall pants?
No. Okay, here's the thing. I agree with the fall pantsuit because it looked like a turkey, and turkeys are on Thanksgiving, which gives you what? Fall. So, turkey. That's weird. That's the first thing I thought. You look like a turkey. That's not a thing. I'm sorry. It's the color, which is fall. So you know what? Jackie Cox, for me, was the most cohesive out of both of them. Jackie Cox, yeah, she did look like Bianca Del Rio. You know what I mean, right there. In the fall, it was very Bianca Del Rio.
Heidi in closet. Remember, talk about when her thing.
I mean, Heidi in the closet, she looked like a confetti Vegas showgirl. I don't know how it was framed, but I'll tell you what, whenever you see a girl wear a headpiece, and I saw her walking out, and like, you want to cheer for it to fall off. You know what I mean? And I saw it slip it, and then it went off, and I said, you fuck, sis.
And what about her fall look?
Fall look was great. The body, the silhouette of that dress is amazing. Gigi. Why? We love that much, Gigi.
Safety. Safety's important.
Safety is important, but with every look, I mean, I guess so. Pastel helmets, and you know what bothered me? I don't know why I thought this, but is the helmet made out of foam? Is it a foam helmet?
I mean, I have no way.
No, but I mean, is there a way to zoom in to see if it's cut really weird? I noticed really creepy things like that. Is it foam? Is the helmet foam?
I can't tell.
You can't tell?
It's not a high-res picture.
I know, it was bothering me. I mean, it's fun, it's playful. I loved the fall. Was that the dominatrix one? Sis, here's the thing. That is fierce as fuck, but you know what bothered me? Is when you told me, and my mom made this one too. Why is your mom sewing dominatrix outfits for you? I mean, that's creepy. Is it just me? It's creepy. Your mom should not be sewing that. I know she taught you how to sew. She owns a costume shop, but we gotta draw the line somewhere. Mommy shouldn't be making you nipple tassels. She just should.
You know what bothered me?
What?
The fact that she was more covered up in the spring than she was in the fall. Your chest is gonna be cold. Anyway, but that's.
I mean, she's 3 pounds. She's gonna be cold whenever. We haven't seen that fashion show since Violet Chachki's season, where she did a great reveal. So I'm expecting, yes, Henny, we're gonna bring it. Like, you've seen the show, you've done your research. Like, give me cohesive, give me a collection. I'm ready for it. But sadly, none of these collections barely ever made sense, except for a couple, like Jackie Cox. But for me, that was cohesive, on brand, retro, into it. Hers was great. So I mean, I think I wrote like once like a rap to like American, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same, but I'll give you a little taste, because I am lyrically blessed, you know what I'm saying? I said, if you're smelling smoke, it's cause I'm heating up the stage. I'm a wild animal, and I broke it out of my cage like a moth to a flame that's burned by the fire. I'm lighting bitches up, you girls should just retire. I got legs like Naomi and laughs like Minge. I got looks like vanilla, but I'm here to win. Broken country cause I'm here, killing it with laughs. Smile one by one, here's my autograph. Ah! I know, you fucking, that's sick, sis. Are you feeling well? You feeling well? You sick, sis. Sick. And those are my opinions. I don't care if you like them. Back to you, Pep.
Okay, well, there you have it. Thank you, Tina. And that has been it for the only Drag Race review that you need to be watching. Again, make sure you like and subscribe, ding the bell so you can get notifications on stuff like this and other content. And make sure you tune in this time, this place, next week for part 2, which is basically, I guess, part 2 of episode 1, part 2 of the premiere of season 12. For now, I'm Peppermint.
This is Rafe.
And we'll see you in the flip side.